Here I have Palworld running on the Steam Deck, and I'm going to toggle a setting which is going to significantly improve my experience playing this game, and that is you might have this setting grayed out, but yeah, I just jumped from about 35 FPS to 50-ish FPS looking in this direction, and in general I'm getting above 40 FPS. This is one of the more intense region of the game, but what I just enabled was FSR2 replacing DLSS. So I have FSR set to quality basically, and the way I'm doing this is by the same way you enable FSR3 frame generation mod, but in the config file of the mod you can just make it so that it enables only the FSR upscaling part and not the frame generation part. I'm not using frame generation, just FSR upscaling DLSS replaced by FSR upscaling, and the game is running very good. So after you have added after making changes to the config file, add this launch option, which is going to hook the WinMM file and also enable DX12 in this game, because DX12 is required for FSR mod to work at this point, and this won't work in the game. Normally launches in DX11, and I was testing DX12 apart from this mod as well, and I saw better CPU utilization when you enable DX12 mod. So DX12 console command. So recommend using DX12 regardless if you're using this mod, because DX12 improves CPU utilization, and in some regions I saw better performance with DX12 enabled. This is an Unreal Engine 4 game, and from the developer side there is literally one toggle that they can add. So FSR is natively implemented into this game, so I hope the developer kind of takes a note of this. The performance jump is pretty good, and I believe that within 10 days or under a month this game will have FSR built into it. And yeah, just email this to the developer, and developer should take a note of adding FSR to this game natively. Now I usually do not like using FSR because of the pixel shimmering that it causes. There's pixel trailing and shimmering that usually comes with FSR, and there's another thing that this game doesn't have for some reason, and that is resolution scaling. This game does have a TSR option. TSR is like the Unreal Engine's native implementation of resolution scaler, but it is just used as an anti-aliaser and not resolution scaler. So you should be typically able to enable TSR and then drop internal resolution to like 70% or something, but you're not able to drop the internal resolution while enabling TSR. So it is using TSR sort of like an anti-aliasing method instead of an upscaling method. Now an important thing to take into consideration is that this is a multiplayer game, and you are injecting some alien files to your game files, and this could result in some consequences. I don't know whether you will get banned, but it is possible that you could trigger a ban, and I don't know whether you should be installing this mod. I saw another video installing FSR3 mod, and I do not know if this will result in a ban because it's connected to online servers. So this is also a lobby. This is public lobby, and I'm playing in there are 8 other players in this server right now, and I don't know if I can recommend installation a mod in online game. I have played for about 10 hours I think, and I haven't been banned, so I cannot just suggest you installing this mod, but do it on your risk, and maybe email the developers to add this into the game natively. So far I've been playing on fairly intensive settings. My view distance is set to high, shadows and grass are set to medium, and you kind of have to enable anti-aliasing for shadows to not flicker, and obviously I'm using FSR mod. But in the more if I turn down the settings, I think the key setting in this game is view distance, because you do not see the fallen objects far away if you have view distance set to low. So if we just enable the functional setting of view distance and set everything else to low, the game runs at 60 FPS almost all the time. I would say that 50 plus FPS more like, but here I have the game restarting into a different server in just view distance set to high, everything else is set to low, and FSR is set to quality, and you can get a pretty consistent 60 FPS experience in this game. I think this gives the more Nintendo Switch Tears of the Kingdom kind of look when you set only the view distance, but that game does kind of have grass, tall grass, and this kind of gets rid of the grass. But yeah, you can have a 60 FPS experience with this game and it runs pretty well. Now, I did notice that sometimes when you change settings, it asks you to restart the game, but it still works. But right now in this exact scene, I was getting about 40 FPS after changing settings, and then when I restarted the game, I was back to 60 FPS. So yeah, this game does not really, it applies settings twice, it seems like, when you change settings. So make sure that you are restarting the game just like the game tells you. So I'm just gonna leave with some random gameplay at 60 FPS with these settings, and with really just view distance set to medium or high and FSR set to quality, and that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe to this channel. I am really small in subscriber numbers and really appreciate more subscribers, at least at this stage. With 20 subscribers, I think I'm 20 subscribers. More subscribers would be good. That is it. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I really thought they were gonna drop some guns, but they didn't. Okay, that is it for the video. Thank you for watching.